silence to remember our service personnel who fought for our country, who gave up their lives for our country, and who are currently fighting for our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. So tonight's board session is a town board work session, and all of the members are here with the exception of Supervisor Schmidt, and we have Greg Fulchetti, our town council, here. And via Zoom, we have our engineer, Rich Franzetti. So the first item is to review the town board minutes of January 20th and February 3rd. Does anybody have any comments? Okay. Number 1 is to consider request to amend and adopt the Town of Carmel organizational chart. This we do every few years when there's either, I don't want to say bump ups or title changes, we do it. So this one here, there's a receptionist office assistant. In the building department, there's an assistant building inspector, a senior office assistant, account clerk 2. In the highway department, there's a principal account clerk. In the engineering department, the principal account clerk. The comptroller's office was the principal account clerk. Police department was the new police chief, Anthony Hoffman. And the justice department was our new attorney and lawyer, Daniel Miller. Does anybody have any questions on this? I don't know if you can want to scan this. Okay. So number 2, Michael Carnaz, it's from the Building and Codes Enforcer. It's to consider request to authorize return of permit fee. This is, please be advised that 2 building permits for generators were issued and paid for by 102 Route 6 LLC. Permits 20-1311 for $660 and 21-0006 for $540. To install a generator, install gas, and certificate of compliance. He's requesting the town board to return the fee of $540, which was the second permit fee. What happened here is the homeowner gave one, the contractor gave another, so the building inspector, Michael Carnazza, is asking us, the town board, if we would please return the duplicate or the other one for $540. Does anyone have any questions on this? No? Okay. Number 3, I believe we have Mike Hengel. Mike, you can come up to the microphone. I think that maybe that one's on. Yep. Now, do you want to read what it is or what you're asking for, Mike?
No, I don't need to read it. We just sent a letter asking the town board if they would consider waiving building permit and inspection fees with regards to our upcoming renovation in addition to the firehouse.
Okay, perfect. Everyone has the letter. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Nope. Yeah, Mike, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And thank you for you and the men and women up there in the Carmel Fire Department.
And we'd like to thank the town board for all their help during this project. Thank you.
Great,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Number 4, Zoom, Richard Franzetti. Is the town engineer consider request to acknowledge emergency repair and services for Carmel Water District number 7. Rich?
Hi, everyone. Sorry about being on Zoom. I should be able to come back live in about 2 weeks. Lucky you. So, as you mentioned, Susie, the memorandum is being presented to the town board to advise the board of emergency invoices submitted in payment of excess of $10,000 for services rendered. In this particular case, Carmel Water District 7 violent pump station well failures. On December 25th, B&J, the operator of Carmel Water District 7, alerted the department that due to the December 25th storm event, well pump number 5 failed due to power surges. There's an invoice in an amount of $17,200.99 to replace the well pump. It has been submitted to insurance for reimbursement. And I'm happy to say that minus a $5,000, whatever it is, they take it away, we got $12,000 back. So we have been reimbursed by insurance for that.
Deductible?
I didn't hear that, sorry.
Richie?
Deductible.
He asked if it was the deductible.
Thank you, Frank, sorry. Yes, that is what it's called.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, Rich. So the next item, number 5, is also, Rich, consider request to authorize advertise of bids for the rehabilitation of water tanks.
So,
Carmel Water
thank
2.
you. As the board is aware, the engineering department solicited proposals from engineering firms to prepare bid documents and specifications and construction administration for the rehab of water tanks in Carmel Water Districts 2, 3, 8, 9, and 14. The board had authorized Weston and Sampson to prepare those plans as necessary to go out to bid for work. The upgrades include the rehab of glass line tanks in Carmel Water 3 on Secor Road, Carmel Water 8, Crest Road, and Kings Ridge, replacement of existing tanks in Carmel Water 2, Everett Road, and Carmel Water District 14, Red Mills, the rehab of steel tanks in Carmel Water District 2, Lindy Road, and Clapboard Ridge, that's behind ShopRite, rehabilitation of the pneumatic tank and structure in Carmel Water District 9. Due to the type of work and phasing, the work was separated into 3 separate contracts: the glass line tank rehab and new tank construction, steel tank rehab, and the Carmel Water District 9 building upgrades. Contract 268 has been sent to Putnam County DOH and will be ready to bid once the Putnam County DOH has approved it. The rehab for the steel tanks will be let out in the summer of 2021 for a fall 2021 project, assuming the cement lining project is completed. They will perform a water model of Carmel Water District 2 once weather is not a concern. And the project for Water District 9 will be let out soon in the upcoming couple of weeks and ready to go out for the spring of 2021. We are requesting authorization to let these projects out for public bid upon completion of the plans and specifications by Weston and Sampson.
All right, thank you, Rich. Does any board member have any comments?
That's all for that one.
But Rich, you're gonna, with regard to the second and third, so the second one, you're gonna let that bid out after the cement lining is completed, so therefore we would know the timeline, correct?
No, well, for the cement lining, is that, I heard the part that it was the cement lining that they would wait. They could definitely do the replacement, yes. For the rehab of the steel tanks, they want to do the water model, which in the spring, so they're holding off on that, and they're assuming that it'll be completed, but it's not necessary that the cement lining project be completed. I don't know if that answered your question, I apologize.
All right, no, that's okay, I got it. All right, thanks.
Anyone else? No. Okay. Rich, number 6 is to request to authorize purchase and installation of pump in Carmel Sewer District number 2.
Thank you. The Infomark, the operators of Carmel Sewer District 2, alerted the engineering department of a pump failure at Houston Road South Pump Station. They evaluated the condition in the field, and it was deemed to be in very poor overall condition and not operational. It has been rebuilt at least one time in the past. They recommend replacing the pump and impeller as new, as it is not financially beneficial to rebuild the pump a second time. They requested and received quotes from 2 organizations, Coaster Associates at $10,650 and Edward J. Abert and Sons at $11,928. The original unit was about 10 years old, and the life expectancy of the new equipment is about 6 to 10 years. Infomark will install the unit at a cost of $27.20. Wow, that includes prevailing wage. Just so the board is aware, this is a potential compliance issue as the third pump not being operational. There is potential that raw wastewater could overflow at this location because sometimes all 3 pumps are needed. And we would then be in violation of our Sweeties permit. Speaking with the controller, there are sufficient funds in the budget for this work, and request that we authorize the purchase of the pumpkin coaster at $10,650 with the installation for a total cost of $13,370.
Okay, Rich, do you...
That's all for that one.
Yep, perfect. Is there any warranty that comes with that, or that you know of?
You want the warranty, you said?
Yeah,
Yes, for the warranty?
yes.
I will ask them for the warranty. I think they provided it. I just probably didn't include it in the backup. I will definitely get a warranty for that.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Anyone else have any questions? And Rich, the last one for you, number 7, is a request to authorize entry into agreement for installation of the stormwater retrofit project.
So, thank you. As the board is aware, the town of Carmel is a member of the East Hudson Watershed Corporation. It's made up of 19 municipalities, Dutchess, Putnam, and Westchester counties, and was established as a regional stormwater entity in response to heightened phosphorus removal requirements under the New York State DEC stormwater regs. In February of 2018, the East Hudson issued a request for proposal for design, permitting, and construction phases of stormwater retrofits during the years through 6 through 10 cycle. The proposed stormwater retrofit for this project, Carmel-Croton Falls 601 or CF 601, is for the stabilization of a eroded channel, which is at a tributary to the west branch of Croton River. The design has been completed and the East Hudson Watershed Corporation has let the project out to bid, and they're due back on the 17th, so in about a week. 3 of the properties are impacted by by this retrofit. One is owned by the New York City DEP, and the other 2 are private residences located on Eleanor Road, 22 and 18 Eleanor. A land use permit was issued by the DEP in October 2020. In order to complete this project, the EOH has requested that the attached installation agreements be signed by the town. Those installation agreements have been signed by the homeowners of both 18 and 22 Eleanor. This is just a formality to make sure that the project gets done per the East Hudson Watershed Corporation.
All right, thank you, Rich. Does anybody have any questions on this item?
That's all for that one.
Okay, great. Rich, if you don't mind just staying on with us a little bit longer in case anybody in the audience has any questions.
Rich, just quickly, with regard to, I know it's a little bit unrelated, but number 7 talks about the storm drains at these 3 particular locations. I know you had discussed an EOHWC grant to do some storm drains in and around the lake area. You may not have the answer to that. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Around Lake Mahopac?
Yeah. Do we have
Yeah,
it?
so,
Go ahead.
sorry.
No, I was going to say, you may not have the answer to that tonight, but do you have, I know we were looking for some grant funding for them for that specific project.
So I have a bit of an answer for that. The East Hudson Watershed Corporation has contacted some of the private industries on the, I guess, the south side of the lake, near the library, near that area, to put in catch basin inserts is what they're trying to install in those parking lots, like where the OTB is and in that area. That will help capture sediment from going into the lake at that locations. They've also looked at further up on East Lake Boulevard, not East Lake, further up on South Lake, Colonial Drive, I think it's called, putting in catch basin inserts in that area to help capture and treat water. They're still researching, doing additional work along the North and West Lake Boulevard areas and East Lake Boulevard at the moment.
Rich, how about the one downtown, under the traffic light?
He said the one,
The one under the traffic light by the entrance to Chamber Park.
So nothing has been looked at there by the East Hudson Watershed Corporation. When we design that, we'll make it, or when it is designed ultimately by the town, or who's ever doing it for the town, we'll take that in consideration in making sure that it captures and treats any sediment that's going into the lake from that location. I know we have issues there at the moment.
Yeah, my mind
that
has
will
to
be
be
looked at
one.
going forward in the future.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Anyone else?
Thanks, Rich.
Nope, no question.
No, all right, yeah, Rich, so just stay tight if you don't mind, in case someone else has any questions. Okay, and the last item is the Justice Court to consider request for authorizing resolution to the Office of the Court Administration acknowledging the court's audit fiscal year ending 12/2020 was conducted and examined, and we have a letter from the Honorable Thomas J. Jacobellis and Honorable Daniel M. Miller. And it just is to Kenneth Schmidt, Supervisor in the Carmel Town Board, pursuant to Uniform Justice Court Act Section 2019-A, it is the duty of every justice to present their records and docket at least once a year to the auditing board of the village or town, which shall examine said records or docket or cause same to be examined, and enter in the minutes of its proceedings the fact that they have been duly examined. Consistent with Section 2019A of the Uniform Justice Court Act, we hereby advise that the court's records and docket for the Carmel Justice Court for the calendar year 2020 were presented for examination on January 25th, 2021. It is our understanding that OCA's Internal Audit Services unit will be corresponding with you as well in the very near future in this regard. Subsequent to the audit or examination, we will forward to the IAS unit the audit report, as well as the board's resolution noting that the records have been duly examined and that the fines therein collected have been turned over to the proper officials of the town as required by law. Such materials may be mailed to the following, and they have George Danluck, Chief Internal Auditor, with his mailing address. In the alternative, if such materials may be sent via email, and they have an email. Thank you, very truly yours. Again, Honorable Jacobellis and Honorable Miller. Does anyone have any questions on this item?
No.
Nope.
The court's required to open its books to the town board once a year under that section of the UCJA. So once that happens, they're in the process of an Office of Court Administration audit. This board will acknowledge that they did that, and that resolution will go up to go to OCA with the audit results. Okay. Happens every year. All right.
Thank you. Yep. So that concludes the town work board session. We will open it up to public comments for 3 minutes on the agenda items, which is items 1 through 8. If anyone has any questions, they can please come up here. If there's none, does the town board members have any comments?
No comments.
No? Okay. So now we go to the open forum. Oh, so Rich, thank you. You can head off now. The open forum is public comments on new town-related business, 3 minutes maximum for town residents, property owners, and business owners only. Is there anyone here that would like to come up and speak at the pulpit here? Yes. When you come up, just state your name.
Hi, I'm Erin Lee. I live in the town of Mayapack.
Pull that
And-
closer to you because it's really hard to
Is
come.
that harder? Is that better?
Yeah, no, pull the mic closer to you,
Oh,
Aaron.
Sorry. Hi, I'm Erin Lee from the town of Carmel, Mayapack. I'd like to know what's going on with the comprehensive master plan. You know, it's been almost 21 years since anything has really been done. The census that it was based upon was off 1990. We've had, 2 censuses done since then, if not more. And I'd like to know what the goals and implementation measures for the future success of Carmel are and what we've actually done.
Yeah, Aaron, we have been initiating the new master plan, the comprehensive plan, and unfortunately, COVID has pushed us back a little bit, but we've been meeting since last year. We did start meeting in person, and now we're unfortunately meeting Zoom meeting. We have had various interaction with the public. We had a in-person for whoever was comfortable back in, I believe it was September. You could go to Sycamore Park, and the people that we hired, the Nelson, Pope, and Boris, they're the consultants that we hired. They had an in-person meeting. We had about 50 people attend that, and then after that, I believe we closed out on December 31st a survey, which over 1,000 people from the town have responded back to that. Now what we're going to be doing is in March, we're going to be having 2 webinars. So this way it'll give all of the residents of the town some type of ability to give input to it. We do have a committee that's been meeting regularly, and our last meeting was last week to talk about how we should do the webinar. So it is moving. Again, we would have liked it to be a little bit more along, but this isn't something we want to rush either. And we want to make sure that whoever wants to give input can.
Okay, I understand that. Is there
Yep.
anywhere I can find just a list since 2000 when this was established, or 2002 when this was I'm sorry, I apologize, 2000 when this was established, a list of what's actually been implemented?
It should, anything that is on it should be on our website. You can
I
go
did
on the
look,
town
I
of boarding.
didn't see
Yeah.
anything that's been updated since then. So that's why I was wondering what's actually happened in the past 21 years.
Yeah. Okay.
All right?
Yep, thank you.
There'll be multiple public hearings before you adopt it.
Yes, yeah, thank you, Greg. Yeah, so the process after Nelson Pope and Boris gives their recommendations. They're going to give the recommendations to the town board. Then we're going to bring it out to the public again, as Council Fulchetti said, for the public to give their input. So we'll have multiple public hearings towards the end, and then sometime this year, hopefully, we'll adopt it.
Okay, and that will reflect things that haven't been completed over
Yeah.
the years as well?
Yes. Yep. Is there anyone else? Yes.
No, wait, let
What?
me just, maybe either we didn't understand her question, or the master plan, if you want to go back. No, that's fine. So what the master plan, when the town board decided a couple of years ago to redo the master plan, there hadn't been any updates from 2002 up to the current time. So there's nothing that
Right.
you're going to find on the website that you may be looking for. So the master plan is actually the new master plan process right now will be updating everything, the entire,
That master plan was based on 1990, we're now in 2021.
Right,
That's right.
that's why we're doing it.
30 years.
Two censuses
Yeah.
or more.
that's
Yeah.
correct.
They-
We have evolved greatly since then, and
Yeah.
I wanted to know that what has actually been accomplished. You know?
Yeah, that's,
There should be like a very easy
They
kind
can't,
of list of
yeah,
what
they
has
can't,
been done.
that's why
they can't hear you.
Yeah, Aaron, that's why we're doing this master plan. I could tell you
Yeah.
one item, and in the Nelson Pope and Boris, they went through the last master plan, and I'm assuming to your point, like, what was in the last master plan compared to today's date? I could tell you, like, a lot of people wanted a town pool. That's not done. It's brought up again. So there will be some notations about what was in the last master plan that we had from there until now. And like you say, the demographics, everything is changing. So what do people want now? What has been accomplished, there has been a lot of, I believe, the parks. Recreation has been done pretty well with the last master plan to this. But there's a lot of things that were in the last one that were not accomplished for
Right.
various reasons.
That, the recreation, though, you have to be part of a lake community for that to affect you, so that's why people would ask for a pool in most places, because I'm a part of Sycamore Lake.
Yeah.
So you have to live in a community, that's why a pool would be requested. Mayapack Lake is not accessible for
Yeah, a lot of
everybody.
people wanted a pool. Plus, a lot of people don't like to go in a lake. They like to
So-
see their feet.
Yeah, I mean, like, we
Yeah.
have a beautiful area, and it deserves to be updated, and,
Yep.
you know, we had a census done, and we could look at that, we wouldn't have even needed to use the I guess, the questionnaire that you sent out?
It
You know,
was-
because you've used the census prior to base your
No,
master plan off
but
of.
this was just one way of everyone putting in what they wanted specific to the master plan,
Okay,
to the town. Yeah.
all right,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yes.
Somebody, I'm not sure who, has like a cough drop or a hard candy in their mouth and the microphone picks it up.
Okay. So who has, swallow the
Don't point
hard
at me.
candy or the gum or something.
Mine disappeared 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago.
Who's
Yeah.
chewing up
Yeah.
there?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, guys. Tom Iannicari. Oh, to the young lady who just spoke. Also, the Swan Cove plan should be revealed, start, the process shortly, I believe.
Yeah. Again, we were supposed to meet last week, but we couldn't. We've been pushed off because of the snow.
Yeah.
So hopefully next week we'll meet with that. But that's also, again, it's behind schedule. That was supposed to be done in December.
Yep.
It's behind schedule, but we're getting to it. Yes.
Good, excellent. We
Yeah,
look
it's going to
forward
look
to it.
so nice. The
It's very
whole
close,
thing,
huh?
it's going to look really,
I
really
look forward to
awesome.
it, for sure. I'm back, just to clarify a few things on the insurance discussion that we had in January 6th. Town clerk's office has provided us with just about everything we asked on the foil. It's already been submitted to a couple of different places, and we're hopeful.
Good.
We're just asking for some guidelines on the bid. The by-when date. When would the town board like to see this proposal and discuss any details?
For the insurance, right before, I would do it a little bit before budget time. Greg, you may be able to ask about that normally, but
Well,
I
it's an
believe
April-
the
It's an April 1.
supervisors.
It's an April 1 date, so we were thinking week of March 15th.
First, it's not a bid, it's a request for
Yeah.
proposals. So This is kind of an informal thing, which the town certainly can do, and they're seeking proposals for coverage for the year, which our policy renews in April. So sometime in the next month, I think that you would want to have it, so that you can make an informed decision when
If
you
it
decide
was-
you're going to renew.
If it was me, I would tell you to do it by March 1st.
Yeah, to start now.
Well, it's already been submitted, so
Okay.
we're-
Please pull that down because I can't hear you.
Oh. 2 weeks may be a little bit short. I would suggest, 3.
So
So
I
you're talking
believe-
around the second week in March.
It's all a matter when you're comfortable having the information in time to make a
Can you get it to us
determination
by
on the
March
policy.
8th? March 8th is a Monday.
Okay, I'll
Give-
pass that along to RJ.
Okay?
Yep,
Only this
perfect.
way it gives us an opportunity to look
tear
at
it down, right.
and to have any discussions, if we need to have any discussions on it, to
Mm-hmm.
have people come in.
Right,
This
Yep.
way we have time.
okay.
Yeah,
All right, I'll
okay.
pass that along for sure, thank you. We assume that they'll be reviewed by the board and the
In the
comptroller's office.
comptroller's office, correct.
The idea that that RJ and I have discussed was to create 100% transparency. We are requesting that both brokers submit their best and final bids, email to the board and comptroller prior to the due date, and basically there'd be blind bids. They'll be opened up and discussed amongst yourselves. I assume that proposal will not be shared with any opposing brokers prior to.
The proposals are not.
Um,
They are by us and the comptrollers to see if it's, and I hate to use the expression apples to apples, if they're similar.
Yeah,
But other than that, we don't go and tell somebody else what your guy's bid is,
Yeah.
and, that's, no.
to that point, apples to apples, we got everything except one item, which is really not a proprietary piece, and that was any application that was completed for the renewal of the current insurance. We'd like to see that, because this way we will know how the incumbent broker is interpreting the information that we've received, and we can submit it accordingly as the process goes forward.
I would assume that would be.
That was it's the only piece of the foil that wasn't given to us, the application itself.
The application of the other broker? I
You
don't-
submit the application. The other broker doesn't submit the application. Okay. So my understanding is that the FOIL has been completed. There was one document that was not an application, but it was the
You're talking
actual
about
proposal.
You're talking about the proposal. I understand
Proposal.
that.
Okay, that, it was excluded under a very specific section of FOIL, but the application, you should have gotten. It's our application that we
Right.
submit for coverage.
We
Okay,
didn't
there's
get
nothing
that,
in
so
that
I'll
that,
just follow up with Ann and
Yes.
Alice and
Yeah.
handle that, and then we're good to go. I think it's going to be a very nice end result.
Good, thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, guys.
Is there anyone else that would like to come up? Jean, just state your name.
Hope you can hear me. Should I take the mask off? I don't
Yeah,
know.
take it off. Yeah, I'm not,
Yeah, it's hard to
I
hear.
hate to
Hi,
say
guys.
that, but
Jean Hopper, Mahopac. I'm here as a taxpayer, resident, mother, working person. I won't be discussing any particular issue, but I will be here on representing a lot of taxpayers and residents that have reached out in the last few days regarding what they're seeing in the newspapers and on social media. So my concern is our town board, who was elected by the residents, represents the taxpayers in everything they do, every decision they make. And I'm concerned, as many residents are, in the litigation costs that we're incurring. The taxpayers are paying for that, right? You guys don't pay for this. The taxpayers do, correct?
well, we
Right.
as taxpayers pay. it,
Absolutely.
yes.
I mean, it's coming out of our pockets. So I worry when I hear and see things in the paper and on social media that makes a mockery of the taxpayers. Okay, to represent them in their best interest, for you to do your best to represent them is not what we're seeing and not what we're hearing. And that's what people are coming to me and asking about. So the issue that was in the paper about the sewer line, officials in this town knew about that in 2015 and did nothing. In 2019, did nothing. I actually came to a meeting and we talked about it, and I said if mistakes were made, own up to it, correct it, and move on. That was not done. Hits the front page, and all hell breaks loose. And then we act. And then, instead of finding out the answers amongst the 5 members, we had to hire an expensive law firm to do the investigation at a cost well over $200,000, again to the taxpayers. Right so far?
Yes.
Okay. So, as a mother and as a parent, we teach our children that when we do something wrong, we own up to the consequence. We face it in order to gain trust, and we deal with it as best we can. None of us are perfect. There are mistakes made, but we need to own up to them and move on. What I've seen lately on social media is a lot of finger pointing, whataboutisms. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. This could have been dealt in-house between the 5 of you and resolved without a penny to the taxpayer. Now what I'm seeing is to choose sides. The division we have in our country is enough. We don't need it within our town. Very disappointed that you're asking taxpayers to somehow choose a side. Can't happen. I won't let that happen in my town. It's unacceptable. Own up to it, move on. You represent the taxpayers. We pay your salaries. You were voted with promises to represent as best as you can. I don't think this is the best. And it's not just this case. We have litigation regarding a cell tower on the decisions that this board made. Taxpayers didn't make that decision. The board did. We are paying the cost. The hiring practice of a Putnam County legislature has also involved us in litigation. Again, decision made by this board, not by us, and we're paying. We are in a pandemic. People are hurting. People are losing their jobs. Businesses are closing. Homes are foreclosing. Children aren't being sent to school on a regular basis. Can't get vaccines. Water issues, water districts that need attention, infrastructure, lots on our plates, lots to focus on. And for the board to involve the taxpayers in internal issues is, again, unacceptable. I won't stand for it, and I feel a lot of residents who have reached out to me will also not stand for it. I'm asking this board, and I'm sorry Ken is not here, to do better, to deeply reflect on your jobs, why you are here. You vote yourself raises. We don't vote the raises for you. You do. Consider this job review, okay? I get one. Perhaps you folks should too, on behalf, again, of the taxpayers. Very disappointed. We teach our children to do best. A lot of residents work very hard. Go to work every day. Don't lie. Don't steal. Don't cheat. And also don't self-promote. And they come home. And they pay their taxes to have you folks represent them as best you can. I hope you deeply reflect on what the taxpayers are doing, that you would also take that same responsibility to heart and do the same thing they are. People have reached out to me, and I'm sharing this with you. Oh, ask for a resignation, do this, do that. I'm not going to. And I certainly hope that this board is not waiting for the taxpayers, the residents, to do your jobs. Okay? If there's something that needs to be done, this board needs to do it. Don't wait for people to come in on all sides, vote for this, vote for that. She said, he doesn't, she doesn't. Doesn't matter. You have a fiduciary and a moral responsibility to represent this wonderful town of hardworking people who are in a pandemic and suffering without this kind of nonsense going on. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Jean.
you.
Is there anyone else in the public out here that would like to come and speak on the public comments? All right, does the town board have anything?
Nope.
All right, Kenny just gave two things. Carmel Town Hall will be closed Friday, February 12th, 2021, in observance of Lincoln's birthday, and Monday, February 15th, in observance of President's Day. And also that there is a notice of vacancy. The town board of the town of Carmel is looking for interested and qualified person to fill the vacancy on the Environmental Conservation Board. Please contact either Supervisor Schmidt or Ann Pascarella here, and please submit your inquiry by March 1st. All right, and that's it. I just hope everyone stays safe and healthy. All right? Thank you. Motion